Hey Youngbloods, welcome back to the AVP Galaxy YouTube channel. This is AJ, aka VoodooMagic, and today I'm going to take a behind the scenes look at how artist Brian Thies created some of his unique artwork for Predator Hunters 3. Now for anyone unfamiliar with Predator Hunters, it started as a limited 5-issue comic series in 2017 that was published by Dark Horse Comics and written by legendary creator Chris Warner, who actually did much of the artwork on the Predator's first standalone comic series, Predator, aka Predator Concrete Jungle, way back in 1989. Well, Predator Hunters was such a hit that this limited series returned for 2 more 4-issue installments, all featuring different artists. And today we're looking at that 3rd installment. So on the left here is the Predator Hunters 3 trade paperback, and on the right is issue number 1. Now unfortunately, due to the pandemic, only 2 of the individual issues of Predator Hunters 3 was actually published by Dark Horse. The remaining 2 issues were canceled, so you could only read the complete story in the trade paperback. Now what I'm going to focus on today is this piece of artwork, this great splash page of a predator holding a victim's skull and spine and wearing this unique biomask. Now drawn by artist Brian Thies and colored by Wes Gioba, this spectacular illustration was also incorporated into the comic's intro page that can be seen here, where we get a brief synopsis and creator credits. But turning back to the main splash page, not only did artist Brian Thies draw a spectacular piece of Predator artwork featuring this intergalactic hunter in an amazing dynamic pose, but he incorporated something very unique in some of his artwork. If we look closely, there is an interesting dot matrix that could be seen in a portion of his artwork, a unique screen pattern. So how did artist Brian Thies incorporate this into his art? Let's find out. So what I'm showing you here is the actual artwork, the actual original art drawn by artist Brian Thies. So this is where he starts on 11 by 17 inch paper, which is roughly 28 by 43 centimeters in length. And Brian first sketches the splash page. Now this is the foundation of the art. This sketch is made to assist in the making of the finished product. Now he roughed in the entire image here, not just the key figure of the predator, but the trees in the back, all the foliage, the explosion, everything but the moon was sketched all on this lightweight paper. Then once complete with this draft sketch, Brian Thies scans it into his computer and moves on to his second step. Now in step 2, what you see here is Brian printed out his sketch drawing on a new 11 by 17 inch piece of paper, where all his drawing lines appear very light and blue in color. And I'm going to explain why in blue in just a second. But using this light blue printout of his initial sketch as a guide, Brian Thies finalized his drawing. Using ink, Brian permanently inked over the sketch printout, creating the final shape of the predator, the trees, the vines, the leaves, its trophy, and explosion, and ignoring all the unnecessary blue sketch lines in the process. Then, once completed, Brian Thies scans this image into the computer, and this is where the blue comes in, or doesn't come in to be precise, because when Brian scans it, it only scans the black and white. The non-repro blue color won't be included in the final image, leaving all the rough sketch lines behind and resulting in just a clean, final inked form. Now this third piece of art is the catalyst for that real interesting dot matrix effect I was pointing out in the beginning of the video. So as you see here on a separate piece of 11 by 17 inch art paper, and using a paintbrush, artist Brian Thies painted these wash effects to represent the areas where he wants that dot pattern to appear in his final art. Wherever he paints, that's where the screen pattern will be. And how this happens is once the painting dries, Brian scans both of these pages into the computer and merges them. And this wash paint layer is converted to a dot screen pattern and combined with the ink drawing. Then the image is printed out on a final 11 by 17 inch Bristol board and becomes this. This is the final printout with the dot matrix effect incorporated into the artwork. On this board, artist Brian Thies finishes the image with black inks and white paint, all applied on top of the printout. And once that's completed, it's finally ready for coloring, lettering, and then ultimately ready to be published. Outstanding, right? So that's it. I just find this really amazing to take a step back and see all of the elements in play that are combined to make one single terrific splash page of comic art. I really enjoy this kind of stuff, and I hope you do too. And overall, if you like Predator and comics, I highly recommend you check out all 3 volumes of the Predator Hunter series, not just this one. Especially volumes 1 and 2 that, to me, reached the pinnacle of Predator comic storytelling. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please give it a like and leave a comment below and let us know. And consider subscribing to our channel. And of course, for all the latest Predator and Alien content, visit us at avpgalaxy.net. Happy hunting!